So, hello, Your Eminence. Thank you for joining me during such a special
Hello.
weekend.
Thank you
It's
very
really
much
good to see you.
for giving me the opportunity to communicate with your followers through Facebook.
No, it's so lovely. And this is your first Easter here in Australia, and I bet you never expected this would be happening.
Yes, that's true. It is
And so
something
how
that, of course, as you mentioned, I was not expecting to celebrate in a totally, entirely different manner the Orthodox Easter. And as we called Orthodox, would call it traditional Easter. But under these circumstances, we have to be patient, all of us, and first me, who am the leader of the Orthodox Church, and every person, and we have to show understanding because of the coronavirus and the pandemic.
So, Your Eminence, how has the community recognised Holy Week? And of course, that will lead up to Mass tonight. How has the different churches been able to, because I know St. Nectarius in my area, I've been watching Father George over Facebook, but tell me what's been happening this week.
Everything will be presented through internet, unfortunately. Thank God we had this opportunity at least to preserve our services. So during the Holy Week, the priest and the chanters had the chance to be in the church and to perform the services for the Holy Week. So the people had the opportunity through Facebook, through mail, through internet and all this kind of social media to attend the services. Of course, it's not something that they like and it's not something that we like. But as I said before, we have to be adapted under these very difficult and unpleasant circumstances because we have to respect the person of our neighbor. All these measures that we have taken and the churches that we have closed, it's not because we would like to protect ourselves. We would like, first of all, to protect the Australian society. We would like, first of all, to protect our neighbors, our people, our families. That's why I ask them, and they show a lot of understanding, to remain in their houses, in their places. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of them with all my heart, because they were they show a lot of understanding for my decisions, and they obey totally without showing any problems.
And so, Your Eminence, we've had a Holy Week, and of course we'll have Mass at midnight tonight.
Tonight is the most important day for us.
Yeah, so can you explain why it's so important? I've got lots of people on my Facebook that from different religions. Why is today so significant?
First of all, it is important not only for the Orthodox Church, but for all the Christianity. St. Paul the Apostle said something very, very sweet and very smart. He said, if the resurrection hadn't have happened, our faith is fake. So everything is based on the resurrection of Christ. It's not only an event that we discover, it's not a myth. It's not a story. It is a historical event that happened in reality. So we base our faith, our dogma, our church on this event. That's why it's the most significant event for our church. But furthermore, I can say that it's not only an ecclesiastical event for us, the Greeks and the Orthodox. It is also a social event. It is also an event for the family. We like to be all together. We gather all the members because of the Christ. We say these two words, Christos Anesti, which means Christ is risen, instead of any other salutation. Instead of good morning, good evening, hello, we used to say for 40 days these two words, Christ is risen. And we say it because we would like to show our joy and our happiness that we have in our hearts because of this event. But as we know, this Easter we're going to celebrate it in a different manner. It's totally different. But it's okay. we have to learn from the good and from the bad situations of the life.
So I know, Your Eminence, that many in our Greek community as well are so generous with the work they do in the community, reaching out to our older folk and just charitable works. And that's been really difficult as well, being able to continue that. How's the community feeling, and how are they still making sure that the vulnerable and disadvantaged are looked after?
The results of this pandemic that had engulfed all of humanity is not only spiritual, but also we have people that they have lost their jobs. We have people that they have lost their salaries. We try to show to all these people our understanding. The first decision that we took in order to support our parishes in all over the country was to exempt our churches for the contribution, financial contribution that they have towards the archdiocese. So for this year, 2020, the parishes that they don't have, they cannot afford it, are free from any financial contribution towards the archdiocese. And this is because we know that the 1/3 of the financial income that comes to our parishes comes from the Holy Land and Holy Week. So we have to do this in order to make them to feel free and to feel that they don't have this stress to find money to pay the archdiocese. So this is the first measure, let's say, that we offer to our society. The second is that we make sure that no one from our staff, from the churches, from every institution, we have the Vasiliada, we have Estia, we have more than 30 institutions in all over the country, except the parishes, except the schools. No one is going to lose his job. Everybody will stay there, and we try to support. Also, we try to keep the salaries in the same level. I don't know if we can do it until the end, but we try to do our best. And the third thing is that with welfare centers of the archdiocese we have here in Sydney, in Melbourne, in Perth, in Adelaide, in Brisbane, we try to establish new programs. For instance, we have a week ago, we established a new program in Melbourne because we have a lot of people that they don't have the basic needs. So what we do with this program, we go around to the people, we collect good quality food and other stuff that they don't need, and we try to support the families that they need. And so far we have support 250 families. And this is a program that the society in Melbourne has accepted in a very good way because they need it. And we do similar things here in Sydney.
And so, Your Eminence, just to close, can I ask you to give a very special Easter message to the citizens of New South Wales? I know our Greek Australian community is eager to hear from you as well.
I want to say that I would like to ask the people to be patient because of these circumstances that we all experience. And I would like to ensure them that whether we are inside the space of the church or whether we are outside of the church, whether we receive the Holy Communion or whether we don't receive the Holy Communion, the most important thing is to keep this close relationship with Christ. There are many people, many priests, many bishops, many archbishops, that they are in the church every Sunday. But this doesn't mean that these people have close relationship with the person of Christ. And this is the important thing that we have to put in our life. And this is my challenge and my wish. I would like to ask everybody to keep close relationship with Christ. This is the important thing, with the resurrected Christ.
Thank you, Your Eminence. And can I just say how... Sorry, go on.
I would like to thank you very much.
I would like to thank you, Your Eminence. It's really wonderful to catch up, and I know our Greek Australian community and our Orthodox community more generally will be so appreciative that you've taken time today. So it's lovely, and I never thought that I would be talking to you over Zoom for your first Easter in Australia.
Everything is a beginning.
Absolutely. So
thank you very much. Kali Anastasi, thank you very much. I would like to thank you for everything that you have done for the Greek community. On behalf of all of them, of the clergy and laity people of my archdiocese.
Yeah, thank you so much, Your Eminence.
I don't know if it's possible, but also I want to send my blessing through internet to say, Christos Anesti, Christ is risen.
Thank you, Your Eminence, and I hope to catch up soon.